All right, welcome to our featured artist segment of the program. And this week we have the pleasure of welcoming two members of the Love Machine. We have Sean Prescott and we have Alan Gauthier. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thanks
Hi,
for having
guys.
us.
Thank you for having us.
So let's start off. We understand you guys have been together for quite some time, approximately 10 years?
Something like that.
All right. How did you guys get together?
2004, I believe we were formed as a group of 5 young men. It started, Sean and myself grew up together, we lived in the same hometown. We went to different high schools.
Played baseball together.
We played baseball together. We started a band when we were, grade 10, 11, and when we, I think it was grade 12, we entered an Ottawa Battle of the Bands. We'll leave the name out.
Great experience.
Yep, terrible. But I guess it was the opposite of terrible because we met.
That's the reason we're a band.
Mike Lang and Jordan David, the other 2 members of the Love Machine. And 10
We ended
years...
up doing we decided we were going to do like a split CD between the 2 of us, and we all went down to my cottage one time, and I think that's kind of where the writing started. And, yeah.
For audio reasons.
I'm a fidgeter.
It's a fidget.
That's all good.
So you went to the cottage and that's how it all
Yeah, we started writing there and did a little bit of drinking together. And
I think it was
bonding
because we all,
and-
it was grade 12 ended, and half of our band kind of went on to post-secondary education, and I think Sean was talking with a couple of the other guys, and they decided to form, a super band or a new band, actually go ahead and try to make a go of being in a real band.
Figured there was
full-time.
nothing else we were good at, so we all just decided to do that.
I remember the day he called me and he's like, I knew that he was already playing with these guys, and he said, I think we have room for another guitarist. I said, oh man, I'm totally there. And I remember at the time, he's like, the name's The Love Machine. It's kind of like, the bare naked ladies. So
That's exactly
what you said. And I remember the description was, we're trying to write simple songs, pop songs, kind of like Justin Timberlake meets, and I don't know. I know it. I'm
believe
afraid to
Maroon
say
5
it. It
got
was
thrown
Maroon
around.
5. But it
Which
was
in retrospect is nothing at all.
it was when Maroon 5 was
ended
really
up
cool,
doing.
and they sounded like the Chili Peppers, and they put out their first single. It was awesome.
However we want to justify it, yes.
Anyways, and that was exactly today. We're exactly the same. I love Justin Timberlake, and I don't like
Maroon 5's gone down.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the first record will stand by, but it blossomed into a friendship that 10 years, you can't ask for something better to meet such close friends for that long. And
Excellent.
yeah, here we are.
Now you have a new album coming out, so or you've just released a
Yeah,
new
we
album,
just
is that
released it,
correct?
yeah.
Yes. Now, what makes this album different from the other ones you've released?
Well, this will be our 4th studio release, and what makes it different is probably how old we were when we recorded it. We released one, I think, 3 years into the band, and you could tell we were young and playing punk, pop, keyboard, synth. It was fun, it was energetic. The next one was probably 2 years later, and it was more thought out and guitar or driven, I guess you can say, and a little less. We thought we were mature, but really it was just boring. And I think we wish that we stuck on our same genre. And then we wrote our first full-length record.
Yeah.
I'll let Sean speak about that.
Which I kind of felt, I think that was the first time we kind of felt like everything kind of came together the way we always wanted it to.
We were a
We've
real
always
band.
been told that we were much more of a live band than recorded, up until at least that CD. The new CD, or the new EP, I would say, again, like Al said, just more like our age, and some of us moved out. Not me, but some of us moved out. And so real life kind of comes into play there, and it's not just necessarily singing about girls, and kind of still is about singing about girls, but other issues in real life. And
Older girls.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But we had a year of we were part of a Ottawa radio contest to basically receive funding for being in a band.
What's different about the CD? We didn't pay for it.
Yeah,
That's
nice.
what's different about this CD.
Excellent.
yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
Might be the best part about
we
this
won
CD.
we won. I can say won.
We won.
A large chunk of money, and we were able to record this with the producer we wanted, which turned out to be our best friend from Ottawa, Jonathan Chandler of Amos the Transparent. His band actually received some funding the year before us, and he was able to build a studio. And John was part of our full-length record, and we knew that he was our guy But this time around, we were going to bring in a big mixer, studio engineer to mix the record. And this individual, his name is Gus Van Gogh. He works out of New York City. He's worked with bands like the Stills and Colorado, and actually had a chance to work with the Amos record. So we kind of had an in, and it wasn't a for sure thing. He kind of like he has to like the project. So John pitched it, and he really liked it. So we tracked everything in Ottawa, sent it out to New York. He mixed it. It came back big and just like ready for the radio. It was surreal, and like this is what money can get you. You know, we would have never been able to do something like this on, you know, working daytime jobs and trying to fill out grants to do this. So that's what makes it different, is we are actually working with the best of the industry right now.
And I also think with this record too was like Jordan, our bassist, I really stepped up for this record. And he sings 3 of the songs on it, and just lyrically he really came out, and his voice really came out. Like our first couple EPs, I mostly sang everything, and then these last 2 have been kind of a mixed bag of stuff, which is really interesting and cool, and so that's kind of new as well.
That's really awesome.
It sounds like it was a great experience.
Yeah, and they're easily, I think, if you ask the other 2 guys with Sean, like these are my favorite songs we've ever recorded.
Yeah.
Like if we had to put a best of, this is it. And even though it's our newest stuff, but we love playing it live. It's one of those things, like we've played some of our songs a million times, but I never get sick of practicing these songs that we just recorded, and maybe I'm sure that'll run out over time, but they're great.
It always does.
Love to play them live. I think they represent us so well. Yeah.
Cool. So, you guys just released a music video using Vine?
Yes.
How did that go?
It was good. It was interesting. I'm the least internet technology person
Sean
in the
just
entire.
recently
I would
got
not
a
know what Vine
smartphone.
was at all if it wasn't for the fact that we did it. I'm now kind of obsessed with Vine. It's hilarious, but it was an interesting experience. It was.
I'll explain the concept.
Go ahead.
So we teamed up with our good friends, filmmakers that we've actually worked with in the past, Luca F. and Craig Connolly. They worked for Dan Rascal in Ottawa, and they actually came up with this idea to make a music video on a cell phone. There was a new app that came out called Vine. And basically, in a nutshell, for those that don't know it, it's an application kind of like an Instagram, like you're sharing photos, except this time it's video, and it's a max of 6 seconds. It sounds kind of weird, but you have the ability to basically you touch the screen and you take your finger off and it records. So you could take like 10,000 little half-a-second clips and put it together in a 6-second clip.
Which we did.
In which we did. And, it was blowing up, and we saw the potential as a band to make a record, or make a music video with this application, because it's never been done before.
Something new, yeah.
It's something new. And so Luca and Craig came up with this idea. We have we knew which song we were going to use. It was our single. It was Sorry My Dear. And they took that song and broke it down into 6-second increments, and we came out with, I believe, 33 clips. And we just said, we have 33 tracks. Let's make a video for each track, and we'll put it together and make a video make a video.
What's interesting too is the idea of getting just random people like to put their own vines and send it to us or whatever. So there's a couple of those in there as well, which is kind of nice and interactive with fans and stuff. So
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Having the ability to, anyone across the world can be a part of, a music video. It was great. I would wish we had a bit more time to. Basically, the week of, we got a bunch of press. We were on CBC Radio with Alan Neal in Ottawa, and basically we had 6 days left to get your submissions in to be part of the video, and all of a sudden they started flooding in. But if we felt like we could have done some promo, like we now see the potential for what it could be and what future videos still can be. And I hope that this is inspiring to any artist, let alone young artists who can't afford the cost to do a professional video. It is very expensive, and we learned that, and the more money you have, the more expensive videos are, and it's just so to be able
and
to
not
make,
necessarily the better either.
yes, another story. So like for other bands to see, like, it can be done, a cell phone video, and I think we're at like 1,800 plays in not even 14 days now.
That's amazing.
And yeah, the potential is out there, and it's free. You do it yourself, and you're able to communicate with anyone, and it's just great. Social media is crazy now, and we're really proud of it, and we're really happy and thankful that Luca and Craig put so much effort in. This is their baby. We're just the actors, and yeah, it was great.
I did more dancing than I will ever do for the rest of my life.
We shot it in one day. We showed up at 9 a.m. We went location. The tricky part was that it was pouring rain for the majority of the afternoon, and we're filming a cell phone video outside. What do you do? So actually, if you notice the start of the video, it takes place in a car park.
Yeah.
We actually went to the market and ran up to
and illegally filmed
in a parking garage on the 7th floor where there's no cars, and I think it turned out great. It's like we meant to do it. But it was just because it started raining. And then we kind of slowly moved outside, so it was totally like guerrilla style, like just shot it on the whim, and this is what we turned out with.
It just happened.
It just happened, yeah. It was great.
So I understand we have a clip. You guys were in the studio earlier and you recorded something for us. So would you like to set it up? What exactly are we going to hear?
You're about to hear the 3rd track off our new record. It's called Stay Where We Are.
Excellent. So, all right, here's the clip.
2, 3, 4. It's 2:45 now. I can see that you're getting tired, but we're finally alone now with these hills in Montreal. You said, hey, Al, do you got a light? I said, no, girl, but I'll find one, just hold tight. That's when I walked into the next room, turned on the stove and burned my hand. I screamed love, oh God, think I'm in. I screamed love, oh God, and I think I'm in, I think I'm in. If our time is fading out, let's stay where we are, stay where we are. And if they find us in a million years, they'll say it's 24 months later, and I'm writing this from a house in the center of the city. The walls shake, the siren sounds, the man yells, help now, the water's coming faster. This is not the world that should have been, turning out faster than candles. But my heart's at peace with my story so far, 'cause I've made it to 27. If our time is fading out, let's stay where we are, stay where we are. And if they find us in a million years, they'll say that's when the love ran. If our time is fading out, let's stay where we are, stay where we are. And if they find us in a million years, they'll say that's when the love ran.
that's when the love ran out.
Wow, guys, that was awesome.
That was excellent.
That was so cool.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much for
very
coming
much.
in and doing that for us.
Yeah, that was really great. So you guys just had a CD release party, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, yes.
Yeah, how did that go?
It went very well, actually. It was a really good turnout. We played at Mavericks with a band called Fevers. It was also their album release. And it went really
Combo
well.
release.
Combo release.
Yes.
Ooh.
No, and there was tons of people. It was a lot of fun, and I think it was well received as well. So it was good, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was again the first time playing the entire 5 songs that we recorded front to back. It was just great. We're not playing as much as we used to back in the day, but you know, it was just a very special show, and it was great. And thank you to everyone who came out, and Fevers for putting it on.
That's awesome.
Excellent. Well, listen, congratulations on the new album. I hear it's doing very well already. You're getting a lot of hits.
Yeah, it's you can request it on Live at 85. Search it on YouTube. Again, the song is called "Sorry, My Dear," and it's recorded on Vine.
Excellent. So where could we get the album? It's time for you to pitch the whole thing here. So where do we get it? How do we get it?
We actually decided to make the entire album available on Bandcamp. So it's Bandcamp. That is thelovemachine.bandcamp.com, and it is free for your download. It also is pay what you can. So basically, you can take
So
it for
pay
free,
something.
or you can donate. We figured this day and age, everyone's giving away their music or not. You're downloading it or you're paying $10 for it. So why not just put both options there? We want it to get it into as many hands as we can. We want as many people to hear it. We want people to burn it for friends or to share it on Facebook. And it's free. Take it for free. Don't pay us a dime. Or, you know what, if you want to support the arts, whatever you feel is necessary, it's a donation and it's going to a better cause. And we're really struggling for money, and we would love to receive
A
it
slight
another
guilt trip
time,
you just
you
put in
know.
there. You don't have to.
No,
if you
but
like the
seriously.
arts at all.
I know. I would pay. For
I
a
would pay
local
too,
band.
but
I would pay too.
We're
We would
biased.
all pay.
We might, yeah, I think we're all
Hopefully,
kind of in
Yes.
the same position.
So if you're listening to this, go download it. If you really like it, come back and maybe throw us a bone.
Excellent.
That's
Excellent.
awesome.
So where do we get more information about The Love Machine? Do you have a website or a Facebook page?
I
or-
would give facebook.com/thelovemachine is where most of our
We've switched everything to a social media presence, so you can find us on Instagram at The Love Machine, Twitter. We're big tweeters.
Big-
You
yeah.
can find us at WeAreTLM. Again, it's at WeAreTLM. And at Bandcamp, or thelovemachine.bandcamp.com to get the record. And obviously YouTube, you can search us, The Love Machine, just type it in, and we're actually, I think,
We're somewhere in there.
We're up there. There's, I think, a British television show also called The Love Machine.
The girls
my.
allowed
Set
to
up
do a
dates
cover
or
of a song
something,
or
but-
something. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I can imagine the suggestions that come up on
Yeah.
YouTube when you type in The Love Machine.
Do
Oh,
not
yeah.
go to thelovemachine.com.
Search The Love Machine.
Do not
band.
go to thelovemachine.com.
Well, don't
or
say
go,
do
depending
not.
on what
Yeah.
you want. Depending on what you want.
For
Just
sure.
think of it literally. That's all.
Think of it as a red button. Are you going to push the button? TheLoveMachine.com or TheLoveMachineBand.com? Check both out.
See what happens.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Excellent.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming
Thank you
in.
for having
that
us,
was
guys.
awesome. So that was Sean and Alan from The Love Machine. Hopefully, we'll be seeing you guys a lot more around the studio in times to come.
yeah.
Come down anytime you guys want to promote an album or, let us know and we'll do a little plug on the show.
No, we appreciate
All right.
it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
This is really
seriously.
great. And you know what? Keep supporting Ottawa and the arts. This is great.
For sure.
Absolutely. It was our pleasure. Thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.